And this is Time for Glory, episode 99. Now, I know I just did a video of this version with the men's, but this is different from the Wrestle Kingdom video because I was going to do top 5 for men's last week and then top 5s for women this week. So I'm kind of just going off of rapid fire, and then the Royal Rumble predictions video, that'll be coming right before the Royal Rumble. That'll be episode 100, guys. But in case you guys forgot, my name is Enigma V4. This is episode 99, and this is also my top 5 women's surprises, top 5 dream surprise entries. So just for you guys, just to be reminded, I will not be doing surprises like the Iconics, Paige, anyone that's like in WWE or was in WWE. I will not be saying so. It's gonna be a lot of Impact Wrestling or Stardom or AEW or free agents or former ROH people. So it's gonna be people like that. And mind you guys, this entry list is not my order. It's just off the top of my head. So number 5 is formerly known as Emma, right now Impact Wrestling's Tenille Dashwood. Now, I actually enjoy Tenille. I love Tenille's entrance. I love Tenille's whole personality. I believe at one point I saw that Tenille Dashwood was all elite, but I don't know what happened there. Maybe the pandemic stopped it or something must have happened. But I like Tenille Dashwood. I think it sounds a lot better than Emma. And honestly, sorry guys, one moment. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. A bunch of cars about to come by. But yeah, I would love to see someone like Tenille Dashwood show up. I think it'll be pretty cool for her to show up. I don't know if people still remember Emma. I do, but I just am somewhat of a fan of Tenille. I think Tenille is one of those wrestlers where I believe that she should be able to go like around the world and just wrestle. I don't think she should be tied down to one company. Number 4, and again, remember guys, no order or anything. Number 4 is, I don't know if you guys want to count her as a WWE talent or anything, but number 4 is Maria Kanellis. Similar to her OGK faction mate Matt Taven, I have seen Maria show up in Impact Wrestling with Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, PCL, Vincent. I've seen them show up. I just think the invasion of former ROH showing up in like every company just sounds cool to me. Oh, we got a comment. Tenille is cool. Yeah, Tenille is cool. I like her entrance. But yeah, I just think the idea of like the ROH invasion worldwide would just be really cool. I want to see like ROH invade Impact. I want to see ROH invade WWE, AEW, NWA. I would just love to see like all former ROH guys just everywhere. Number 3 is the only Stardom girl on my list. You guys can always put your top 5 down too. But the only Stardom girl on this list, the young ace of Stardom Wrestling, Queen's Quest member, and in my opinion, leader, Azumi. For you guys that don't know who Azumi is a part of the faction led by Io Shirai when she was in Stardom. She is also basically the main power force of Queen's Quest. Whenever people thought of QQ, they always thought probably Utami, Momo, Azumi. But Azumi was always in the big 3. To me, she's number 1. And Azumi is... Love Azumi. Great, we got some Azumi love in the chat. Azumi is, in my opinion, the greatest up-and-coming star that's going to happen in Stardom. Like, yes, we have our Momos. We have our Momos, Utamis, Julias. We have our Tams. But I honestly believe that we're going to have people like Azumi, Mina, Starlight Kid, Tekla. Tekla. We're going to have like a bunch of people be huge household names in Stardom in, I want to say, maybe 10 years, 15 years. Mind you guys, Azumi is only, what, 20, 21 years old? So she would be one of the young faces to show up in the Royal Rumble. And hey, let's have her have a little stare down with her former Queen's Quest leader, her teacher, her mentor. Let's have her have a stare down with 18, I believe. Yeah, we're gonna Japanese Puro. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Yeah, we're gonna have to go back and look like how old is Azumi, because yeah, she would be like the youngest participant in the Royal Rumble. And I would honestly love to see Azumi and Io Shirai at WrestleMania, similar to how I said in the previous video. That I would love to see like Shinsuke and Tanahashi at WrestleMania. But yeah, so Azumi would love to see in the Rumble. Coming in second place for this is another Impact Wrestling knockout. You know her, you love her. She loves to decay, Rosemary. I have been a fan of Rosemary from the moment I saw her on the ramp during her debut, and she's actually 19 but just graduated high school over the summer. Okay, so yeah, I still think Azumi is still the youngest Royal Rumble participant if she were to like just show up in the Royal Rumble. But yeah, Rosemary is like one of my favorite people. Rosemary is one of my favorite people that I saw in Impact. I loved her when it was her, Crazy Steve, and Abyss. If there were like mixed match tag titles, I would love to see Azumi. And, oh my god, sorry, reading the chat. I would love to see Rosemary and Crazy Steve win them. Just also, I really like her theme song. I know here on Top of Glory, your theme song shouldn't mean stuff like, oh, you should like get a match at WrestleMania or something. But just I loved her current theme song. I loved when when her theme song along with Decay was, oh my god, we're getting a bunch of Azumi chats. We're getting a bunch of Azumi chats. Don't worry, guys. More Stardom videos will be coming. Dream Queendom was not my only Stardom video. I look forward to it. Actually, I'll do an honorable mentions video after this too, because there are two other Stardom wrestlers that I would have loved to put on this top 5 list, but I wanted to make it difficult for myself. And only wait, guys, freaking ambulance. Sorry about that. Okay. But yeah, I'll do an honorable mentions before number 1, which is right before this one. I mean, right after this one. Theme songs are a big thing for me, actually. Yeah, theme songs are actually very important in wrestling. They're, and what sucks is theme songs can be a hit or miss as much as, your names in wrestling. And we all know how a certain company likes to change names. But, yeah, so I would love to see Rosemary just show up. Who can she have a stare down with that you guys would just be like, oh man, I would love to see this match? For me personally, I think I would love to see Rosemary have a stare down with Liv Morgan. Like, Rosemary can be the inner demons of Liv Morgan that Liv Morgan would have to conquer at like WrestleMania or something. Because giving Liv Morgan like her 30th women's title match would not be it. I would not want Liv Morgan to win the Royal Rumble. So let's see if we can get that. Rosemary versus Liv. Let me know what you guys think of that one. All right, so honorable mentions before I get to number 1, and you guys may have saw this one coming, but still, it's an honorable mention. Okay, another one. Azumi versus Io. Oh my god, I am loving the Io. That's actually a genius idea. Thank you. I'm actually loving the Azumi love here. I'm gonna rip off Sammy Guevara. I'm gonna rip off Sammy's vlog. A's in the chat for Azumi. But damn, I just realized that I probably have doomed Alan Angels, and I forgot the other guy's name because their thing was freaking A in the chat for Audrey, the referee of AEW, but now it's gonna be A in the chat for Azumi. Hey, we got an A from Cash Money Hero. But honorable mentions right before we get to number one. I would have loved to see Utami Hayashi. I'm just gonna say Utami because I keep butchering the name. I would love to see Utami in the Women's Royal Rumble. She could have a stare down with like Bianca Belair. They could probably do something. Momo Watanabe, same thing. I think she could probably do something with. I think she could probably do something with Becky Lynch. And for the people that, and I know this is her catchphrase, and I don't speak Italian, but for the people that love Julia, I would love to see Julia in the Royal Rumble. Julia versus Charlotte Flair is a match. I can say Utami's name, but not spell it. Yeah, dude, I think that's my problem too. Like, I can't spell or say it right for shit. Like, it takes me about a good 30 times before I get it right. But, yeah, for the people that love Julia, that's her catchphrase for everyone that, loves her 4 times over. And then the crowd pops. I would love to see Julia versus Charlotte Flair. Because honestly, who in the living hell can beat Charlotte Flair or Becky Lynch? I remember in 2020, one of my biggest issues with wrestling, the women's wrestling in WWE was on the day before Money in the Bank in 2020. All of the 4 horsewomen held every single women's title in WWE. This was, I believe, pre the existence of the NXT women's tag titles. So the Golden Role Models held the tag titles, Bayley held the SmackDown, and Becky held the Raw, and Charlotte held the NXT title. The 4 horsewomen held every single title in the women's division, from Monday Night Raw to Friday Night SmackDown to NXT. Every title was held by the horsewoman. Thekla versus Alexa Bliss would be interesting. I'd like to see Tam versus Charlotte. Both are smooth wrestlers and have an eye for catching gear. Tam and Charlotte do have some good gear. But Perot, I was talking about how I would love to see Julia versus Charlotte, and probably one of my main reasons why I would love to see Julia versus Charlotte is just like how I mentioned how the 4 horsemen are pretty much the revolving people in the WWE. Like, there is no women's division. It's just the 4 horsewomen. I have been feeling the same way in Stardom Wrestling. Not to a high degree, but the feeling is there of Donna Del Mondo or DDM, where they're just holding so many titles. We had Shuri with the red belt. Probably like a week or 2 ago, Shuri and Julia had the tag belts. Mai Himipoi, Micah, Himika, and Natsupoi have the artist belts, and pre-Queendom, Shuri also had the SWA belt. So it's like just, and mind you, I've been watching Stardom since, I want to say, November, December of 2019. So I just got into it right before the pandemic. And one of the things I saw from day one was the forming of DDM. So it's very interesting for me to watch from 2020 to 2021 how laser focused the company is on DDM. So again, I would really love to see Julia versus Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. It doesn't even have to be a title because God knows how many titles Charlotte Flair needs. But anyways, that was the honorable mentions. Momo, Utami, and Julia. I know they're all Stardom based because I don't really watch Impact like that. But anyone else? Oh yeah, yeah. For anything else, this is just a number one spot. If I did have to go in order, this person would be number one, and that is the current AEW Women's Champion. You know her. We all know her, Baby. We know she's a doctor. It's Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Now, for anyone that doesn't know about Britt Baker prior to AEW, she was a part of WWE's local talent in a match against Nia Jax. Thank God she didn't get injured. And she's been around. I remember seeing her at All In. And now we're getting DMD chats. We're getting DMD chats. That's pretty cool. So we got A in the chat for Azumi, D in the chat for Dr. Britt Baker. But yeah, so Britt Baker was enhancement talent for Monday Night Raw one time, and I saw her in All In at one point. I love that she came out with Adam Cole's theme song. I believe it's called Something For You. From day one, watching Britt Baker be a part of the women's division of All Elite Wrestling, which I will say isn't the best, but I have enjoyed watching Britt Baker's rise to the top. I've enjoyed her being heel. My favorite match of Britt Baker's to this day is Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa in a lights out match. Definitely one of my favorite matches of AEW's women's division. Love. Oh, wait, no. That's 4 loves. Got it, Cash Money. You're a Julia fan. I must take that you are a DDM fan. Actually, that's another thing. Let me know if you guys would love to see Donna Del Mondo versus the 4 Horsewomen. So we've gotten, let's get a G in the chat for Julia. We've got A in the chat for Julia, D in the chat for Dr. Britt Baker, and A in the chat for Azumi. But yeah, I would love to see Britt Baker show up with the AEW Women's Championship, get in the face of Charlotte Flair, and just a moment where time stops and it's just champion and champion face to face. And all we can think is what could have been, because clearly we can't have champion versus champion at Mania. Or can we? But remember, guys, the Forbidden Door, I hope it stays open every year for the Royal Rumble. I think that the Royal Rumble should be the one time where all wrestling promotions do come together and just show up. But that was my top 5 list for the women's Royal Rumble. Top 5 surprises. Now remember, guys, this is episode 99, which does mean, and also good news, guys, letting you know now, take this with a grain of salt, but episode 100, Young Smooth may come back for our Royal Rumble official predictions video. That's where we give our full 2 cents on from beginning to end of the Royal Rumble. Young Smooth will make his return to the Royal Rumble predictions video. That'll be episode 100. I want to thank everyone for watching. Pat, thank you so much for giving me your ears, listening in on this. It's really fun talking to people. Remember, guys, A's in the chat for Azumi, D in the chat for Dr. Britt Baker, G in the chat for Julia. And if you guys don't already know, you can follow me on my Twitter at Enigma_V4_. You can follow me on my Instagram at Enigma_V4. You can follow Young Smooth on his Twitter at YoungSmoothTFG. You can also join in on our Discord. If you guys are having trouble getting in there, just let me know on any of the following social medias I've already laid out for you. I've also got a TikTok. I post just a bunch of wrestling stuff on it. I appreciate every little view I get on it. And remember, guys, to always drop a like, drop a sub, and wait. Of course, man. Glad I catch the stream. Yeah, man. I will be making sure that I post the stream link on my Instagram a lot more, just so we get more chats like this. I love talking to literally every person that joins these. But remember, guys, drop a like, drop a sub, have a good night, and have a great day as well.